Jimbo's Garage.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Jimbo's Garage. Well, I guess it's handrail week here in the shop. I've literally been bombarded with people coming in and wanting handrails. So I've got 3 of them built already this week. And you know, like I've mentioned in my other videos, it's impossible to film everything that comes in the shop. It just takes a lot of time to film, and sometimes you just can't do it. But in this case, I got 3 of them built. I'll show you what those look like. They're fairly simple. And I got 1 more to build, and I'll take you along with me on that one. And I'll show you, because I'm not a full-blown fabrication shop here, I don't have some tools. And I'll show you how to get around some tricks of the trade to get around some of the ways to get some things done when you don't have the proper tools in the shop. So let's get started today's video. Alright, so there's what a couple of them are that I'm working on right now. This is just a cold rolled 1.5" round tube, and you can see there's a few angles on that, and a couple of 90s and some plates on the bottom. So that's what we're going to be working on to finish this section up right here. And you see me, I'm marking everything and cutting as many pieces as I can to length right now. And it's important, at least for me, that you just don't go down to the metal supply store and get 20 footers cut in half like I usually do. Sometimes the 20 footers, you need 11 foot or a 12-foot piece. So I try to do my measuring carefully and be sure I don't have too much waste by the time I'm done making all my cuts. I learned that the hard way, by the way. So we're just cutting everything off the slugger cut-off saw here, and you know, it goes right through this 1.5" 095 wall pretty easily, and you can see there's the leftover material. And this is what I was talking about here. I don't have a tube bender or pipe bender here in the shop, and so I needed to have these 90 degrees, and my metal supply store stocks these. These are 1.5" 90s. Perfect diameter, matches up really well with the cold rolled tubing right there. And so that's what I use for this right here. The only downfall is when you weld them on like this all the way around, you got to come back and grind them welds flush. And sometimes that leaves some grinding marks or sanding marks, even as light of an abrasive wheel as you possibly can use. But nevertheless, worked out pretty good. And here I am, just go ahead, I'm welding them out. These are the, this is the length here. I think I said it was about 12 feet long, and you can see I'm utilizing my workbench again along with my welding table, you know, to make things happen right here. I've had a long run of long material on my workbench and welding table here this last couple weeks. I got that done, and it's time to notch some pipes. And I got this JD squared pipe notcher a couple of years ago, and I got it for a particular project, and I've been using it ever since. It doesn't get used every day, but I do use it. It works out really good. And this will be for the center leg and the horizontal center pieces that are be going in this section of the handrail. You can see it cuts through there pretty nice and creates a really nice notch. You can see right at the very bottom there, and it's done this ever since I had it. It doesn't perfectly get in the center, and I don't know if there's a setting or adjustment. I haven't taken a look at it, but one little quick swipe with the Burr King there, and everything is nice and even. Once I got things centered up, got a couple tacks in, and double check for square, and then just went ahead and cleaned up everything from that point forward. Operating off the HTP ProPulse 200 here for this particular project. It's kind of been my go-to machine lately. This will be the horizontal piece, or pieces, I should say. You know, when you're having to cut right through the center of the pipe like this, it's a little bit slower, still works really well. There's my Jimmy DiResta, all famous Jimmy DiResta ice pick. Those things are hard to come by, and you know, if you can get one, that's good. I'm glad to have mine. And just some more coverage here, a notching that came loose a little bit. Had to readjust it. And, you know, again, just tried to show you guys different angles of that. This thing works pretty good. It's pretty impressive. I think I paid almost $300 for it. It's a lot of money, but it does a great job. You can see it just slid right in there. This is the horizontal pieces going in between the railing, and I got the one side in, and this is the other side, and it turned out, you know, perfect in my first go around. It's easy to get off, you know, a quarter of an inch or so, and makes it for a tough fit, but this one worked out really good. So I got in a hurry. Once I slid everything into place, I just tacked everything in. I didn't want anything to move because it was just perfect at that time, and just went ahead and welded everything out. You know, I've mentioned this before, but I like to weld all the way around. I don't like to leave any voids anywhere or any place for water to get in there and have a chance to rust or corrode. So all the welds I do are all the way around. Now, these are the base plates it's going to be sitting on. It's going to be anchored to the ground, and I'm just centering them up on the plates with the same diameter tubing right here. And then we're going to go ahead and shim everything up to where it needs to be, get it to where it fits perfect, and just get some tacks on there, and then I'll be able to get them nice and square, and then weld everything around. And that went fairly easy. And just like that, you know, all there's left to do is to grind off the welds right here. And you can see that even with the 60 grit right here, there's a little bit of indication of a little bit of sanding mark, but I was able to get it all done. It was a good little project. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram, my website at JIMBO'sGarage.com. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe for more videos.
See you next time on Jimbo's Garage.